What's up? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the politics and BS. Well, look at what we have. Candace Owens is speaking out about her embarrassment for supporting Donald Trump and encouraging other people to vote for him for the third time around. And it's like, girl, you should have been embarrassed to have, first of all, supported him. And secondly, supporting him after just the devastation of the pandemic. Although, she was in the club of blaming China and all the other stuff, he was the one who was in the official role to make sure everything was all well and good for this nation. And he wasn't. So we're going to go ahead and get into what she had to say, because I kind of find it funny that it's like, yeah, you're admitting some things, but then some things you're just still not going to be honest about. All right, so we've got her video right here. She was on the Piers Morgan show, and we're going to play this clip.
Joe Biden. But what I will say is that he's been a chronic disappointment. And I feel embarrassed that I told people to go vote for him because this wasn't going to happen, and it is happening. But I just think that the picture of politics in America is going to look very differently because of his actions. So I don't know where we go from here. I really don't. But this is not the candidate that I voted for.
If it turns out that his instincts were right, that by doing what he did, it brings Iran to the negotiating table and they do a deal on their nuclear plans, would you admit that you were wrong in that circumstance?
Yeah. I will always admit when I'm wrong. Anybody that listens to my podcast knows that. It just so happens to be that, especially if I come on to the Piers Morgan show and I make some predictions, that it ends up that I'm right. So I'm feeling lucky, but I will of course admit I'm wrong if that is the result.
Well, let's stop. She was wrong to be promoting this guy in the first place. First of all, Candace Owens is a huge hypocrite because she got big in this space before it was even like really called MAGA, but she got big in this space of the Republicans, like the more staunchly conservative Republicans, by making her voice loud and clear that as a Black woman, she doesn't believe that racism is a thing in this country and we really need to stop talking about it. And she benefited from a racial discrimination lawsuit when she was in college. That is like the height of hypocrisy for me. So her supporting a huge hypocrite like Donald Trump is not really like a huge shocker and surprise, but yet and still for her to come out and say he's a chronic disappointment, okay, maybe, but yet she's still blaming other people. She says, well, I blame, Bibi Netanyahu. No, you got to blame the fool who is in the office of presidency that you encourage people to vote for and you voted for the third time. So this thing about this is not the person that I voted for. This is the person that you voted for, dear. This is the person that you encourage people to vote for. This is the person. There's nothing changed about him except possibly just his age and the fact that his dementia is coming on a bit stronger. He is delusional. He is demented. And his niece, Mary Trump, came out and warned us about this dude years ago. And it's exhausting for me to keep talking about this dude. I just wanted to share this clip with you guys because to hear her say this, it's like, really? It's like you don't get any credit for this because it's like now that she had gotten dismissed from the whatever that show was, I never watched it, when she started speaking out about Israel and things like that. And now, him doing what he has done with the bombs dropping on Iran and all these other things. It's like, girl, you voted for a liar. You encourage other people to vote for a liar. He does what he wants to do. So you can't even blame Benjamin Netanyahu. You can't blame him. Benjamin Netanyahu is playing Trump like a fiddle because he knows that all I need to do is stroke this fool's ego and I will get him to, to just lay down and do what I want him to do. And like people have been saying, they have been trying to get Iran for years, decades. Some might say centuries, but I'm just saying this stuff, it's bigger than us. But for her to say that she now feels disappointment, this is somebody that should have never been in office, period. So, and now that she's been talking about more, you know, celebrity related entertainment news stories versus just focusing on politics and things like that, because her ties are being cut and severed, not really of her own doing. It's because of statements that she has made. And those people, when they're done with you and they want to get rid of you, they will be. So 45/47, he has not made a statement or comment about this yet. I don't even know if she's on the minds or big enough to be on the mouths of the reporters who get into office to talk to him, but we shall see. But anyway, guys, I want to know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So until the next time, I'm Beth, and I'm just being beautifully honest.